Hello, Year 4. Today in maths, we are going to carry on with our focus on perimeter, but this time apply it to rectilinear shapes. Okay, so a little bit more complex. If we're not too sure what that term means, we're going to be focusing on it to begin with. I'm just going to share my screen with you so you can see the PowerPoint. So, quick fluency question. You can pause this slide and join us after, and a problem-solving question. Fluency. One length of my square is 5 centimeters. So what is the perimeter of my square? Think about the properties of a square. If one side is 5 centimeters, think about how we can use that information. Problem solving. Can you draw a rectangle with a perimeter of 32 centimeters? However, at least one of your sides has to have a length of 12 centimeters. Go for it. So rectilinear, this again is a good opportunity to pause the video and see if you can find out what it means if you're not too sure. This isn't the easiest term. So what it basically means is straight. It's referring to the lines. So a rectilinear shape is where we have multiple straight lines, and quite often within that shape, we have some meeting at a right angle. Okay? You can see some examples of these on the next page. Okay, so we can see how instead of just having a rectangle, we've got this T shape, and we've got our right angle here, and we've also got our right angle here. Again, instead of having a blocked out square or rectangle, this part has a chunk missing, and we have our right angle. Here we have lots of different right angles. This one that looks like stairs or steps. Okay? So how do we calculate the perimeter of rectilinear shapes? Because it looks so much harder. Well, actually, it's exactly the same process. We count each square to help us. However, for the ones which join at that right angle, we almost need to count the square twice. Okay? We're going to have a look at that now. I'm going to try and do this with you as we go along. Let's look at the shape T. If I do this, we can count as normal. So 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you can see that. And we can carry on here. Another one. Both sides here. So this is everything we went over yesterday. However, soon we're going to stumble upon a bit of a barrier. We can carry on in this square here and here. Okay, so at the moment, I definitely have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I have this right angle and I have this right angle. What I need to do is I need to put one in for both. So even though it's one square, I need to count here, and I also need to count here. Hopefully you can see that in orange. And we need to do that for the other side as well, because we also have a right angle there. So we need to do it here for this length, and we also need to do it here for this length. And I'll make those orange as well to make it a bit clearer for you. Okay. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So our lines tell us our perimeter. I have 16 different lines. So the perimeter of my rectilinear shape that looks like a T is 16 centimeters. I'm not going to count every single side, but what I am going to do is look at these ones, because I've got a right angle here and I've got a right angle here. I have a right angle here and here. So again, it's a bit trickier. Okay, so really concentrate. I've only got one square. However, I have 1, 2, 3 different measurements, different lengths that I need to take there. So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3. Let's highlight those again. And again, I'll need to do the same thing for the other right angles. So 1 for this length, 2 for this length, and 3 for this side here. After I've done that, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and add that onto my lines already. Have a go, see if you can explore that. If you want to, just try and do it with the shapes that I've already modeled to you, and see if you can actually just do it for yourself and figure out where the right angles are and where I have to put 2 lines or even 3 lines, even though there's just one square. Once you're feeling confident with that, freeze this screen and see if you can figure it out. We have 1, 2, 3 by themselves, 1, 2, 3 by themselves, 1, 2, 3 again by itself. Over here, we have this part by ourselves as well, almost looks like a tank or a square that's been extended. Okay, but this one, these are where my right angles are at. So think about how many lines I will need to put in. Then when you're feeling really confident, see if you can progress into our rectilinear shape that looks like steps here. I've got 1, 2, well, I'm going to let you explore it actually instead of giving you all of the answers, but think carefully about where you'll need to draw your lines to help calculate the perimeter. Finally, there's this one here. This one's a little bit trickier because I haven't actually given you the squares the whole way round. So you need to use your knowledge of how wide one of our centimeter squares are and think how many you'd fit into the top part of that shape there. Final 2 tasks. Can you create a rectilinear shape of your own and then accurately measure it? And finally, as a challenge X, this is really quite a challenge actually. So if you're not feeling too confident, maybe draw another smaller rectilinear shape and try and calculate it. This one here was actually in a year 6 SATs paper at one point. So let's see who's feeling particularly brave and confident and see if you can use the information here of our length and our width to work out the perimeter. Think about the width of this. Think about how that can be applied there to help us find our perimeter. I will be explaining that very quickly in Monday's lesson. Good luck. Any questions, please email in and I'll help you as best as I can from here. Enjoy the rest of your morning, Year 4. Bye-bye.